Hi, this is Debbie from Celestial Astrology Healing.co.uk, and today I'd like to um, just discuss some of the upcoming cosmic weather with the full moon in Aquarius. So let me just show this beautiful image. Yeah, here's a beautiful image of the water carrier at full moon. So we have this image of a woman with a vessel carrying water. And this is one of the misconceptions of Aquarius being a water sign, because the symbol is carrying water, but the water symbolizes ideas, because Aquarius is actually an air sign that's fixed and of the masculine or yang nature, ruled traditionally by Saturn, the most distant planet of the solar system. So that is the nature of this moon. And the moon is about our emotions. The moon is about our feelings and our expressions of our emotions and feelings. And also, the moon in a natal chart represents your environment, your fortune in life. It's a changing thing. Our mothers, our relationships with sometimes sisters as well. Yeah, so it is a changeable thing. But when we've got a fixed moon at full moon, I'm bringing up the real-time clock for the full moon, which in Britain, in Scotland where I am, it's at 1:35 a.m. early in the morning, in a few hours' time, on the 12th of August, 2022. So the nature of a full moon is when the planetary bodies of the sun, which is a luminary, the masculine yang expression of the solid sun. We've got the sun in this sign of Leo down here, moved out of Cancer at the summer solstice on the 21st of June. And now we're into the Leo season, just past Lammas, the harvest, in between the cross quarters between solstice and autumn equinox. We've just had Lammas. In fact, maybe it was lunar Lammas and the solar Lammas is still to come. Basically, harvest time in the northern hemisphere. Anyway, I digress. The sun at the full moon will be opposite the moon by degrees and minutes. So 19 degrees, Leo, 21 minutes. The moon is going to be at 19 degrees, Aquarius, 21 minutes. And I just briefly go over the nature of the quadruplices, which is the divisions of the signs of the zodiacs. And they're grouped into three groups of four signs. So we've talked about the sun in Leo opposite Aquarius. So they're fixed fire opposite fixed air. And then we have fixed water in Scorpio opposite fixed earth. So the fire and air are masculine principles. They are yang energy, outward expressions of energy. So fire and air are always opposite, as are water and earth. So we have the feminine aspects, or the yin aspects of the earth and the water, in the fixed signs of Scorpio, fixed water, and Taurus, fixed earth. So let me undo that. And then I should have maybe started at the cardinal signs of the zodiac. So the next, if we begin at the astrological new year at spring equinox, that's when the astrological new year starts. So fire, cardinal fire in Aries, opposite the autumn equinox, cardinal air of Libra. And then when we go to the summer solstice, that's cardinal water, summer solstice, opposite cardinal earth at winter solstice. And then when we go to the last signs, or quadruplices, they are known as mutable or double-bodied. So if we were going around, Aries is cardinal, Taurus is fixed, mutable is Gemini. This is in the sort of spring, summertime. That is mutable air opposite mutable fire. So they're masculine yang principles, sometimes known as double-bodied. I suppose you've got the double body of the twins, and you've got the double body as in centaur of half man or half woman, half horse. What have you got with Libra? Virgo, sorry, I can't think. That's the maiden bringing in the harvest. And then Pisces, you've got two fish swimming opposite directions. Yeah, get back to me with your comments on why Virgo is double-bodied. What's double-bodied about Virgo? Can't think. Anyway, so all of those quadruplices are divided by 90-degree squares. And there's something about fixed signs which have something, as you would think, is about unchanging, quite stubborn or resistant to movement. So during this full moon, we've got fixed fire opposite fixed air. And that opposition in a natal chart, an opposition is the nature of Saturn, the ancient, most distant planet, that if you strip back all this technology and lights and all these false electrical things of modern times, the ancient ones would have seen this little dot, and that was Saturn, and he represented Kronos, the lord of time, the most distant planet. So being the most distant planet, it's about boundary, limitation, sometimes hardships, coldness, detachment, being able to say no, So the reason I'm bringing in Saturn is because Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius. So Saturn does rule Capricorn, and Saturn also rules Aquarius traditionally. I know in modern times, Uranus has been given to Aquarius, but we're talking thousands of years of this relationship that planets were given to signs of the zodiac, whereas Uranus was only discovered in, I think it was the 1700s by somebody, William Herschel maybe. So that's quite a new take, giving modern planets to these ancient bodies, which were known as gods and goddesses, these old planets that existed before us. So the opposition being of the nature of Saturn, there's a polarized energy which needs to be integrated, and to harness the best of both signs. So balancing that fiery Leo sun, beg your pardon, with the airy Aquarian moon. This is the challenge, because Aquarian moon as Aquarius tends to be quite independent, forward thinking, definitely a bit emotionally detached, especially with Saturn within this little 3-degree orb here. Dun, 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 dun. 19 degrees to 22 degrees. So Saturn is retrograde, 22 degrees, 5 minutes. So moving backwards, and the moon is moving forwards. So they will be in a closer conjoining aspect, blending the energies together, basically, when a planetary body is close to another planetary body. So conjoining the moon there, that will maybe bring a little bit more emotional detachment and coolness. So Saturn doesn't mind being alone, distant, or having strong boundaries. So during this full moon, just be aware of any emotional coolness that you may be feeling. And just, maybe tune in sometimes to the warmth of that buoyant, childlike, outward expressive energy of the Leo sun, which loves to have fun, be generous, share, and feel special, and come from more like the heart space. So Saturn is separating from an overcoming square to Mars at 26 degrees Taurus, 20 minutes. Let's have a look at that. Saturn, 25 degrees. I have customers outside. I'm going to try and pause this.